Hello everybody, my name is Aud and welcome back to Aud Narrations. Today we're reading a story about a guy whose mutual friend, 25M, told his girlfriend that he loves her, and I might have screwed everything up afterwards. A bit of a curious case. I just want to say, if you enjoy the video and want to see more, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the latest upload. Okay, let's get started. Firstly, I apologize if this is weird or confusing. I'm getting most of my information about this piecemeal from third parties, and I'm not exactly thinking straight either. I didn't sleep last night at all, too. I've known Dave since high school, and we've been part of the same friend group for about a decade now. I started dating my girlfriend about 2 years ago. She became friends with Dave and our other friends around the same time. She and Dave got along well, and I never had any concerns about them. The two of them even hung out together by themselves in the past. Not often, but at least a couple times. I'm not entirely sure how it went down, but it was described to me this way. Dave asked me and my girlfriend if we wanted to see a movie on Saturday, with our friends as well. I was busy, so my girlfriend decided to go without me, which I was fine with. When she arrived, she found it was only her and Dave at the hangout. I don't know if it just happened to work out that way, or if Dave planned it that way, but he did know I wasn't coming. Before the movie was going to start, they went to a place to eat, and during that time, they started discussing my girlfriend and I's relationship. Somehow, this turned into Dave apparently telling her that he was in love with her. My girlfriend was surprised by this, obviously, and said she was flattered, but she was in a relationship with me. Dave said that that was okay, and he needed to get it off his chest, since apparently he's been holding it for ages. Dave suggested that my girlfriend and he should go back to his place and discuss things? Right. My girlfriend apologized and said she couldn't do that. Dave then kissed her, but she refused and left. That's a little odd. Dave sounds like a bit of a snake. This is where things get confusing. Instead of coming home and telling me about it, my girlfriend decided to go to her best friend, Sarah's place, to talk to her about it instead of me. Honestly, with that kind of reaction, that's completely understandable. If she came to you immediately, I understand that's probably what made you feel better, but from her perspective, she might have thought that you would accuse her of cheating or something, so actually going to a third party like her best friend is probably the right thing. Dave was the one who called me and told me what happened. Obviously, I was pretty fucking pissed at him, and it's safe to say he's no longer my friend. Good. The fucker even tried to say he's sorry about it, which just pissed me off more. Yeah, Dave sounds a bit selfish there. I then called my girlfriend, who initially tried to pretend nothing was wrong. When I asked how the hangout had been, she said something like, "Oh, me, Sarah, and Dave had a good time," except that I knew that Sarah didn't go. When I told her that Dave contacted me, she broke down and told me what happened. A couple of problems. Dave claims he kissed her, but my girlfriend said that didn't happen. Also, my girlfriend claims that she felt like she'd led Dave on a little bit. I'm not proud to admit it, but I said some pretty choice things to my girlfriend after that, which is why she didn't come to you. The fact that I had to hear about it from Dave instead of her, and that she went to her best friend instead of me to talk about it, really bothered me. And I let my stress get the best of me. To be honest, if Dave's grashed on himself, let's just assume he's telling the truth, because he would make it sound better if he wasn't. Your girlfriend did exactly the right thing, in my opinion. She went to a safe space where she knew, she could talk it through with Sarah, and they could discuss, what. She was probably quite rattled. I think this is a really fair response. Anyway. I told her she should have come home and texted me about it right away. I asked her if she had been planning on hiding it from me if Dave hadn't told me. I then hung up on her, so he didn't even let her answer. She didn't come home last night, so I assumed she stayed at Sarah's place. Yeah, I know it really wasn't her fault what happened, and I regret what I said. And then they write in brackets, "I'm sorry this is so long. I'm honestly writing this to help me stay calm." This morning, I texted my girlfriend an apology that was basically what I said. A few hours later, Sarah called me and told me that my girlfriend was really shaken by what Dave told her and that she wants to take a break from our relationship while she figures things out, and that she's going to stay with Sarah for a few weeks. I said it was fine and that she can call me and come home whenever she wants. But Sarah said it'll be a while until I hear from my girlfriend. Okay, that's a little weird. I'm taking the day off work since I'm in no state to be around other people right now. This whole thing has come like a fucking bolt of lightning to the face. Yesterday I had a girlfriend and a friend group and I was pretty happy. And now I don't have either anymore. Did I react badly? And tell me, does the whole taking a break thing make sense? Should I go to Sarah's place and try to talk to my girlfriend, or should I give her space? I feel like talking about it would be best, but Sarah has made it pretty clear that my girlfriend doesn't want to talk to me right now. But I'm also confused about why she didn't and still doesn't want to talk to me about it. Probably because you blew up at her. TLDR, our former mutual friend told my girlfriend he loves her, I didn't handle it well, and now she wants to take a break from our relationship while she processes. Okay, we have a few edits, so let's just start reading through them. Edit. I called Sarah and asked her if it was okay to speak to her instead of my girlfriend about the situation. Sarah said it was okay, and so we talked for a little while about it. I'm going to write this down to help me get my thoughts in order. Sarah seemed very interested in what David told me, and somewhat sympathetic to me, though she was mostly worried about her best friend, understandably. Apparently my girlfriend is still asleep since last night, but Sarah told me not to worry about her health, which is a little bit of a relief. Sarah said that my girlfriend is open about Dave trying to kiss her now, and that her saying that they didn't kiss was a spur of the moment and panic thing, and that she, Sarah, called her an idiot for doing that. I don't know if that part is true, or if Sarah just said that to make me feel better. She also said that neither of them expected me to know about it from Dave, which honestly I full believe. Sarah said that the kiss and him asking her to come back to his place didn't happen right after each other. Apparently he kissed her in the coffee shop, and she turned him down right away, but then they spent some time talking about when and how he'd started having feelings for her. I don't know how long, and after that they both decided not to see the movie together because of what had happened. And that's when Dave asked her to come back to his place, but she declined. I had assumed that they'd kissed and my girlfriend had basically left ASAP, but Sarah seemed to think that they'd parted on polite terms. That's a bit weird, man. It's weird. This whole thing is fishy, man. Like Dave and your girlfriend. You didn't react right, but maybe this is why her girlfriend wants a break, because she feels guilty. I asked if my girlfriend had gotten my apology, and Sarah said that my girlfriend mentioned it to her, so she must have read it. I didn't press any further about it, though. I asked if Dave had been in contact with either of them. Sarah said that Dave hadn't been in contact with either of them. I guess she would say that either way, though. I asked if my girlfriend was staying with Sarah because of what I said to her. A couple of replies here made me worry about this. Sarah seemed surprised by me asking that, and said that my girlfriend just needs some space to process, and not to feel bad about it, because she's known her longer than the two of us have been dating. Didn't really make me not feel bad about it, though. Some people here have suggested that my girlfriend might have gone to Sarah first instead of me because of that, so I guess that makes sense. I don't know if she just said that to make me feel better. They continue saying, I don't know how much I trust Sarah. I like her, and I'd call her a friend, but I know I'd trust her more to look out for her best friend first, obviously. I won't call her a liar, but I do think she'd try and cast her best friend in the best light possible, even unintentionally. But it still makes me feel a little better to know more information. For fuck's sake. Also, thanks to everyone who replied, nicely or less nicely. Having outside viewpoints is helping me deal with this situation a lot, so thank you, even if it's just a distraction or an excuse to order my thoughts. So, there's an update post written by OP with the same title, and they continue the story. So, let's get started. It reads, I got some sleep, and now I feel a lot more clear-headed about things. There's been a lot of replies, which I'm thankful for, and I could see now that I was kind of making things about myself, and also that I'd failed to ask how she'd felt. I also got a couple missed calls from Dave, which I ignored, and blocked that number too. The first thing I did after waking up was send a follow-up text to my girlfriend. I said I hoped she was doing okay, and then I didn't blame her at all for what Dave did. To my surprise, my girlfriend called me back a couple hours later, and we talked for a while. This is my general recollection of the conversation, since I wrote everything down afterwards to think about it. Firstly, I apologized for blowing up at her, and reiterated that I'd never blamed her for Dave kissing her. I asked her how she was feeling now, and she said she was feeling okay, but she hadn't had a lot of time to process anything, since she'd been asleep for a long time. She said that yesterday had been a pretty wild day, which I agreed with. She asked me how I was feeling. I didn't go into it too much, but I said I was pretty broken up by everything, mostly because of how out of the blue this happened, and she said that was reasonable, and that it had been a surprise for her too. I was avoiding bringing it up, but she apologized to me for lying. She said it was a knee-jerk reaction, and she hadn't expected that Dave would have even told me himself. She said she'd been planning to tell me when she felt ready. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but still, it's a bit odd. how they carried on hanging out. Anyway, she explained a bit about what happened. According to her, she and Dave had been talking about our relationship, and then Dave told her that he was in love with her. She was surprised and asked what he meant, and he responded by sort of kissing her, but stopped immediately when she didn't reciprocate. After that, they talked about his feelings for her for about half an hour, and then decided not to see the movie together. She said that Dave then invited her to come back to his place to talk more, but she said that he wasn't trying to sleep with her. I don't know if I believe that part or not. Not because of her, but because of Dave. She then dropped Dave off at the train station and drove over to Sarah's place. A lot of this seemed to match what Sarah told me earlier. She asked if I'd blocked Dave's number. I said I had, and that he'd tried to contact me again. She said that made sense. In hindsight, I wish I'd asked her more on this part, but we moved on pretty quickly. She asked me how hard it would be for me to forgive Dave, and I told her pretty bluntly that I wasn't going to forgive him ever. He totally betrayed my trust as a friend, and I could never trust him around anyone I knew ever again, even if I wanted to forgive him. She said that was a shame, because we'd been friends for so long, but she understood. She also said that Dave was pretty broken up afterwards by the whole situation as well, but I told her I don't care about how Dave feels at all. Correct response. I wanted to ask her more about what she meant by accidentally leading him on, but I couldn't think of a way to do it without sounding accusatory. That being said, I think that what some people here were saying about her feeling guilty and feeling like it was somehow her fault are probably right. We agreed to keep this whole thing to ourselves at the moment. Neither of us want our friends getting involved, barring Sarah, which I'm okay with. I don't think our friend group is going to survive this, though. I asked her if she still wanted to take a break from our relationship, and if it was because of how I reacted. She said it wasn't, but she needed time to press pause and process things. Probably about a week or so. I understood the idea of her staying at Sarah's place to process, but I asked if that time apart had just come in the form of taking a break, because I didn't really understand that part. She sort of just reiterated that she needed time to herself. I decided not to press her about it. I said it was fine to have some time to herself, but that I didn't agree on taking a break. She said that was okay, and we could talk more soon. She sounded kind of upset by then, so I said goodbye, and she hung up. And that was about the whole conversation, from what I recall. It wasn't super long, but it did answer a few questions, and I do feel a lot better now that I've spoken with her. But the whole asking for a break thing still leaves me feeling uncomfortable. Yeah, you and me both. As of right now, I don't know if we're going to get back together or not. As much as I hate to say it, I have a nasty feeling it's not going to work out in my favor. TLDR, my girlfriend and I cleared up a few things, but things are still weird and confusing. Yeah, I'm a little bit sus by this. The time apart just seems completely weird. It doesn't add up, in my opinion. Maybe her and Dave, no offense to you, maybe have a thing on the side, and that she just wants a bit of space from both of you to work out which one she wants to cuddle up to afterwards, now that, cat's out of the bag. Although, I guess given her reaction, that's probably not the case, because of the fact that Dave's come to you about kissing her. Like, if they'd done anything more than that, you'd have already found out. Probably. So let's read the comments and see what people have said. Someone's left a comment saying, I'm still not clear on why she needs time to process things unless she has feelings for Dave and is conflicted. Someone's left a reply to this saying, this exactly. What she likely isn't telling OP is that she confided in Dave about relationship issues. She had a low-level emotional affair and now doesn't know how to feel. I won't say I'm 100% convinced, but like 90% convinced this is the real truth. This is why she lied and said she led him on. On top of that, I sadly have a feeling she will just lie about this later. Someone left a reply to this saying, I got the same whiff there. Yes, she's been getting closer with Dave. Maybe there are some issues she has with her and OP's relationship. So now she feels like she sent him the wrong signals, or she's actually been contemplating to break up with OP for Dave. The whole taking a break to process things kind of points more to the latter. I think I completely agree. Someone else left a comment saying, I honestly don't get why she still wants to take a break from you and your relationship if it's not you. This, coupled with the fact that it's a shame you won't forgive Dave, just seems off, which begs the question, are they in contact? It could be her way of dealing with everything, but essentially pausing the relationship because of Dave's confession doesn't look good. Good luck, OP. Someone else left a comment saying, I'm sure they have contact because she knew OP blocked him. she knew his feelings and that he's upset because of it. So she has contact with someone who created the situation, but she didn't want to be in touch with her boyfriend, question mark. It's just sus. The whole thing. Your girlfriend sounds a bit sus, mate. I wouldn't trust her as far as I could throw her, frankly, given this thing. Wanting a break after someone else confesses to you is a bit strange. Like, the obvious thing to do if you wanted to stay with your partner would be to confess everything. Yeah, even if the fucking kiss happened, like, whatever. You know. And then what you'd do is you'd make it very clear where your priorities lie. You wouldn't kind of leave your partner in limbo and be like, yeah, see you in a week. I'm going to go hang out with Dave, I guess. Or I'm going to make you think I'm hanging out with Dave, I guess. Very strange. It's not a tricky situation. This one's fucking obvious. But yeah, what do you think OP should do? What would you do in OP's shoes? Let me know in the comments. Like I said at the start, if you enjoyed the video and want to see more, make sure to hit the subscribe button. And that way you won't miss the latest upload. Alrighty, we'll have to leave that there. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.